What's going on, guys? Buntai here, or Xavier, however you want to say my name. Today's video, I will be, I kind of already started. I did all of them almost already, but I want to show you guys what it looks like to do a spark plug change on a 5 Series G30. This is a 2019 540i on stage 1 MHD. Here is the part number that I have. These are, I've tried gapping them. They're not ungappable, but they are a bit difficult too. These are the ones that you can kind of break off the hook that's on it, so you just have to be careful with that. I got these to 30. I'm still waiting back from MHD to actually see what their recommended spark plug gap is. But this will do for now. In case you're wondering, all of these are gapped to 32, I believe. Yeah, 32. All of these, I checked all of these. They're gapped to 32, and so are these. I got these off of FCP Euro, which these are the direct replacement for the stock ones. These are Champion. There's nothing wrong with Champion at all. They do make some pretty good spark plugs, but as you can see, these have about 70,000 miles on them. So you know, it's pretty much time to replace them. Just do preventative maintenance and you will be fine. Now, in case you're wondering, yes, these are a bit discolored, and the only reason for that is because I've been running a heavy tune on it, so it's gonna make the engine, not the engine run hotter, but the outgoing gases / spent fuel, there's more fuel in the combustion cylinder, so it's therefore going to run hotter for almost every cylinder. But these, in case you were wondering what spark plugs are supposed to look like, this is about a general idea of what they're supposed to look like. They're not supposed to be wet with oil. If it's wet with oil, then you probably have a what's the word I'm looking for? Valve cover. Yeah, valve cover gasket leak, and you're gonna have to replace it. In this case, I've been getting just a tad bit of smoke after aggressive driving, which leads me to believe that the PCV gasket right here is going bad. Sorry about that. Leading me to believe that that gasket is going bad, so I'm gonna replace that pretty soon here. I don't have the part in, but sorry about that. Getting off track here, but today I'm going to show you how to replace these spark plugs. It's actually really easy in the 5 Series. In the 4 Series, you have to remove this brace right here, actually. This brace that's underneath here. Let me give you guys a better look. Yeah. So that brace right there has to be removed in the 4 Series, and I believe also in the 3 Series. But here in the G30 series, I guess, you know, they have not a lot more room, but way more room than what is given in the 4 Series. Even though they still managed to pack this engine in here like a behemoth, like it's massive, but it's really not, and it's kind of crazy. So the tools that you're gonna need for this is a female E-Torx. Where is that? Right, chat. Yeah, it is. You're gonna need a female E-Torx. What is that? E8 to remove the smaller Torx spits. Please use a ratchet. Don't try and use please use an E-Torx spit. Do not try and use let's say, for instance, I think it's gonna be a 7mm, maybe, if I'm lucky. Yeah, about a 7 or 6mm. See, just to double check for you guys on camera, 6 does not fit. And then let's go over here to 732 or 32nds, or however you want to say it. Nope, that's too small. I know this is just adding time to the video, but I want to find the perfect fit. So please do not use a 1/4 inch socket. Do not use that. Please don't. You will eventually strip this or just break it off, really. Germans do not like having the wrong tools used on the wrong bits. Trust me, I've learned my lesson there and I'm not going back there. So you need an E8 E-Torx to remove that, and then you're gonna take a flathead like so, and you're going to put your finger behind it. You're gonna hold, not even hold it, just put your finger behind it so this clip doesn't, you know, fly into the internal abyss. And you're going to just slowly but surely do this motion in between it. Oh, sorry. Just do that motion in between it while pushing it up, and you'll hear a click. After that click, you're going to press down on it pretty hard to make sure you don't strip this piece right here. As you can see, this happens sometimes. It won't stop it from locking. You just want to push down really hard, kind of a little bit harder than what it might seem like to push it. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, you just want to push it hard enough to where it'll jump that gap. And then just like any other clip style locking system, you're just gonna put your flathead in there and then do the same motion back and forth, and I'm twisting it like this, but only you're gonna hold it like this, and you're gonna put it in there, and it's just gonna pop out. It might pop out, or it might just make like a suction noise due to the O-ring or gasket that's in there. And you just want to set this off to the side like I have here. Set it off to the side, and you want to rinse and repeat for every single one of these. The next thing that you're gonna need is now you don't need this specifically, but you are indefinitely going to need a 14 millimeter star point, 14 stars, I believe, 14 points, 14 millimeter 14 point socket spark plug remover. I got mine from Keys Motorsports, but there's tons of companies that sell these everywhere. So far I like it. It's got a spring system to prevent you from, I believe, damaging the spark plug, if I'm not mistaken, or if you're having trouble removing it, it can push it out. I actually don't know what the spring is in there for. I think, actually, my bad, the spring is in there to meet with these points on the inside. Yeah, that's right. Forgot all about that. It's been so long since I've worked on a car. I'm sorry about that. So once you do that, these are, I wouldn't say insanely difficult to remove, but these are, they're definitely not the best to remove, because it definitely feels like you're gonna break them. By that I mean this piece will start like basically separating, and you're gonna think it's like the N55, N54 series, where these tips break off on the inside, like on the top of them, and it's just not a good day after that. But that's not the case with the B58. I guess they solved that problem with the heating cycles and the rubber deteriorating for those. So after you do that, it's literally, it's a two-handed movement. I wish I could show you guys, but literally just grab it, like try and with both fingers, with both hands, I mean, sorry about that, with both hands, literally try and grab the underneath of it from both sides and pull up evenly. That way you don't damage your coil. That's just the way I've been doing it, and it's worked every single time. So yeah, and I believe the torque spec for this is like 4 Newton meters for the E-Torx. These are insanely loose on it, like almost to the point where I feel like driving it long enough, these would just wiggle loose, probably, because there's no Loctite on them either. But what do I know? I'm not an engineer. So then you want to take your 14 millimeter star point. It has to be a star point. I cannot stress this enough. Actually, like legitimately has to be a star point because of. Oh look, actually, I don't even have to open a new one. Here. This is why it has to be a star point. BMW has selectively, I guess, try to make repair harder, or well, yeah, I would say slightly harder for the average consumer to do this at home. I would like to say I'm your average consumer, but now I am, because I'm in the same boat as most people out there who don't really work on their cars, but I do have mechanical experience with a couple of vehicles, let's just say the least. But so this is what you're going to try and avoid by using that 14 millimeter star point socket, because good lord, if you put normal hex down there, God, I feel bad for y'all. Like insane. I feel insanely bad for you. But yep. So you're just gonna put this down in there, down in your spark plug hole. As always, you want to inspect it. I've already inspected the hole to make sure there's nothing in it. You're gonna take one of these bad boys or one of those. Doesn't really matter which one. You're gonna set it to the loose setting. Hopefully I can get this off with showing you guys, or at least letting you hear the sound that it makes. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I don't have a good grip on it. But here's the sound that it should make. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's literally the sound that it should make. Squeaking noise is fine. That's just metal on metal contact in the cylinder walls. I don't have a torque wrench. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I've just been tightening these down, not to all high heaven, but I've just been tightening these down and loosening them back up and tightening them back down to see what the actual like the feeling. That way I can see if I got 24 foot-pounds down. I probably torque these down to like 30 something foot-pounds. It won't make too much of a difference. Well, it will make too much of a difference if you tighten it too much, because the more you tighten it, the farther down it will sit in the cylinder, and you could potentially have your cylinder hitting your spark plug, which you would know immediately if it does that. But that's why this little washer is here, to stop that from happening, even if you do slightly over torque it. Taking this out, old spark plug, OEM spark plug, probably never been changed. This car has about 70,000, well 68,000, almost 70,000 miles on it. A little bit green. That's just due to the pops and bangs that came with the tune. But not too much discoloration. All of these look great in my opinion. You know, no spark plug is gonna come out super clean. If it does, then you have another problem. But I'll go ahead and unbox this. It's this new one. Gonna set you guys down. Take it out. In case you're wondering, this is what the spark plug looks like out of the box. Just pop that bad boy off, and you have your brand new NGK spark plugs. Again, that is the part number. I got these off of FCP Euro. So I'm going to check the gap real quick with my gap checker. There it is. Set you guys down again. Let's see here. Get this right here, like so. Okay, so that's about 31, gapped at 31. So just gonna do a repeated sandwiching motion, like how you would gap any other spark plug. And just when it gets to the point of resistance, that's how you know you're gapped properly. No, I can't really show that to you guys the best of ways. This is one take. Yeah, sorry about that, but I definitely got this. All right, I got this myself. It's perfectly fine. So now I'm going to sit here, try to find this, put this in here. This is also another reason why I like the ones with magnets in them. Not just specifically the Keys Motorsports one, but the it holds it. I mean, it's definitely better in my experience than whatchamacallits, the rubber ones. Yeah, those ones kind of get annoying and they lose suction when you are, well, not lose suction, but they lose, sometimes they don't grip it when it's come times to take the spark plug out. And as you can see, this is a very long spark plug, so it's gonna take a little quick minute to get in there. That's all the way here tightened. I'm gonna set you guys down and I'm going to just tighten it. I'm not going to over tighten it. Just going to, when it hits the stopping point, like where you feel like it doesn't go anymore, just go like, just literally twist it a couple times if you want to be sure that, you know, it's tight and not doing any weird funky stuff in there, like me. And when you tighten it, it really shouldn't, the ratchet shouldn't move all too much. I'm able to put way more leverage on the socket, on the actual spark plug itself, on the actual spark plug itself, because it's a longer ratchet. But if you were to use one of the shorter ones, you would have to, not have to, but you would be putting a little bit less force on it. So it would just, you could potentially over tighten it, in my opinion. You can over tighten it with both of them, but I feel like this gives me a better feel on what it feels like while it's in there. And what I mean by the stopping point is, like, once you get done with that, like after, you know, it makes that, you know, that classic ratcheting noise, you just literally take it and then you pull down on it. I'm not pulling down on it right now, but you just pull down on it and it really should be good. Now I can show you guys the reinstallation process right now. Hold on, just double check, triple check, verify, make sure everything is tight in that bad boy, since I am recording, and when recording I tend to forget things, so just trying to make sure that's all the way in there tight. And you'll know if you haven't put in a spark plug correctly, because you will hear air flying past the son of a bitch, son of a gun, sorry, sorry YouTube, son of a gun, like no tomorrow. Like, it'll sound like a train, basically, or a diesel engine, if you want to be real funny with it. So now we're gonna take this, put this right here on top, try to get it on there myself, start tightening it. And when I kid you not, like how they are from the factory is like literally tight and then whoop, and then that's it. That's literally tight. I tightened these probably a little bit too much. I didn't crank them down. I don't know if they're stripping or anything like that. Just did that, and then literally it was that simple. Just plop it in there, screw down, click and click. As you can see, that lock pushed it down, and you will not be able to remove these without first popping it up, or else you're gonna have a fun day with a broken clip. It fell into the abyss. I don't know what this is. It was there when I got the car, and I'm not gonna mess with it. Just bring the cover from way down there, up underneath there, should be done. That's pretty much that. I'm going to start it up and see what it sounds like. Oh, don't have the keys. And I do have cold start enabled on it, so it's not going to be a super loud startup or anything like that. Just put those in there for now. Just gonna start it up real quick. And let's see what it sounds like. And that's it. That's a spark plug change on your 2019 BMW. Sorry about that. This is your oil change done on your 2019 540i. And the injectors are this loud. Legitimately, I kid you not, they are that loud. And once you put this on it, if you choose to even have this on it, let's see here. Try and put this back on if I even can. Okay, I cannot put that back on there right now, so hold on. Sorry about that. And that's what it sounds like with the sound deadening on it. And that's really it. That's your spark plug change on 2019 540i / G30 series. That's really it. Super easy. Can't really mess it up all too much. You know, it's still idling high right now because that's just how it is. But you would know automatically because you can come back here. And you would be able to hear. And that's nothing but the little noise is the exhaust moving around back there. But you would be able to hear, it would go like it would be more of a putt, like putt noise. Even if it was slightly misfiring. Car is not really warmed up. Throttle spots way freaking better. What the world? Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's like, I mean, I kid you not, like I'm barely touching the throttle and there's like no delay. Wow. Okay. But yeah, these are the warnings that you're gonna get. That's really it. And now I'm starting to smell the pure fuel smell, which I wasn't really getting before, but now I am. So I'm happy about that. And I will clean all this mess up.